this link. So if you just want to wait just a second and use the link, I'm going to do some small group work with you today, but I want to be able to like see you working. So AZ3, go ahead and use that link to log in to ClassKick. It'll just ask you to type your name. So if you will do that, and then I'm going to put up a poll. So if you'll give me a green, awesome, I can see you. All right, so the rest of you, if you could get logged into ClassKick, please, that would be awesome. Is anyone else having trouble logging in? I still only see Christian, Erica, and Gabriella. Oh, Aubrey, I see you. Awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Anna, are you able to get logged in? RJ, what about you? And then Kayla, Joseph, and Isaiah, are y'all able to get logged in? I'm going to give us another minute to get logged in here. Kira, I can see you, and RJ, I can see you. Awesome. So what I want to go over today is just kind of a little review of graphing some lines. Oh, yay, Kayla, welcome. So we're going to first talk about slope. So what is slope? Slope is also known as the slant of a line. Some of you might be more familiar with calling it the steepness. Okay, so it's how steep a line is. Slope is going to be rise, meaning we're going to go up or down, over run. We're going to always go right. Okay, and we're going to leave it as a fraction or an integer. So we want to leave it as 1/2, or we want to leave it as 2/1, or just 2 is fine. Okay, the reason we want to leave it like that is because we want to know how to count slope on a graph. And so if we just have 0.5, or we have a random decimal like 0.305, we don't know how to convert that back to an integer. So we're just going to leave it as a fraction or integer. So from a graph, we're going to determine the slope. Where's my pointer? There it is. Okay. So we're going to start at the left side of the graph. And we want to pick what I like to call pretty points. Basically, it's just a point that crosses at two whole numbers. Okay. So I'm going to start at this pretty point, and then this is another pretty point, or this is another pretty point. You can pick another pretty point, whatever you want it to be. So the first thing we're going to do, draw our fraction sign. Then we are going to count how many we go up. Okay. So let's say I'm going to go to this one. 1, 2. Okay. I went up 2, and then I went to the right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's say you didn't catch this first pretty point and you wanted to count all the way up to here. That's totally fine. You'd go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I would go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And as you can see, 6/9 reduces to 2/3. So we get the same thing. Okay, so let's try another one. The first pretty point we're going to use is right here. And then let's go to this one. Okay, so I'm going to count how many do I go up. I went up 1, and to the right, 1, 2, 3. So my slope is going to be positive 1/3. Let's go ahead and try this one. Here's a pretty point. Here's a pretty point. Remember, I'm going to start on the left side of my graph. So I'm going to go down 3. So that's going to be -3 on the top. And then right 2. So we get -3/2. Now I want you to try. So you're going to go to page 1 of your class kick slides. Raise your hand when you think you've got it, and I will come and check it. I'll give you a green smiley face, and then you can move on to the next one. Aubrey, if you want to try the next one, go ahead. Just make sure that you show your work, okay? Good, Kayla. Perfect. Good job. Good, Kiera. Actually, we're going to go to slide 1, which, Kiera, yours is good. So, okay, good, RJ. Now just simplify. Good job, RJ. All right, so Christian, go ahead and write it as a fraction for me. Good, Gabriella. Good job. Good, Erica. Perfect. Very good. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on the next slide. So now we're going to talk about how to calculate slope if we are just given 2 points. Okay, so the slope formula, I don't know why this is backwards, is going to be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So what does that look like? Well, let's say we're given these two sets of points. So we're given -3, 4, and 7, -2. It asks us to find the slope. Okay, so I'm going to label my points as x1 and y1, x2 and y2, and then I'm going to go ahead and cover this up so that y'all cannot see it. Now, when you're writing out your slope formula, what I want you to get in the habit of doing is put your fraction sign and then go ahead and put your subtraction signs. Okay, I can write the formula up here. So it's y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. We want to go ahead and include those fraction signs because sometimes when we have a negative number we're plugging in, we forget that we still have to have that fraction sign in our formula. So let's go ahead and plug in. Y2 is -2 minus 4. Then we have 7 minus, here's that double negative, which is -3. So we have 7 minus -3. When you subtract a negative, that becomes adding. So 2 minus 4 is going to be -6. 7 plus 3 is going to be 10. And then we would simplify. So if I divide the top and bottom by 2, I'm going to get -3/5. Okay, so now I want you to go to Class Kick on page 2. And when you think you've got your slope, go ahead and raise your hand. I need to see all of your work.
Miss Smith?
Yeah.
I did my work for the second problem on my notebook.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's on your notebook, that's fine. Okay, good job, Aubrey. Christian, are you there, buddy? Good, Erica. Just make sure that you just have the 1/2. You're right, it is, and you said your work's in your notebook. Perfect. Good, Gabriella. Good job. Okay, Christian, go ahead and write out your formula. I can write it on the board over here in case you need it. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Good, Isaiah. Now go ahead and simplify that. That's good. Perfect. Good, Kayla. Good job. Kiera, yours is good. Nice work. RJ, good. Just check your simplification. It's this bottom number here. That's not quite right. Good. Y'all are doing awesome on that. So, Christian, what I would recommend doing is labeling your points. And then you can just fill in your formula. So if I were you, and what I would like for you to do is draw your fraction button, or your fraction line, sorry, and then put your subtraction sign. So now you're just plugging in the numbers from up top. Annalise, how are you doing? Lanaya, awesome, I see yours. Good, Lanaya. Now just go ahead and simplify that out for me. Anaya, can you get logged in? Okay, Anna, can I see your work on your oh, there we go. Gotcha. I can see you now. Good, Christian. Okay, good, Anaya. That's the right formula. Now go ahead and plug your numbers in. Good, Annalise. Perfect. Okay, Christian, now go ahead and put those in your calculator. And tell me what you get on the top and the bottom. Lanaya, I think on the top you should have 1 minus -2, not 2 plus 2, like when you simplify. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. Like this 2 that you have the sub number of the 1 and the 4, you don't need those. You just plug in 1 and 4. Okay, Anaya, go ahead and label your points. So remember, Anaya, what I was just saying in the course was you need to go ahead and draw your fraction and go ahead and put your minus signs, because what happened was you have just one minus sign, but we're actually going to have 2 in this one. Okay. If you have done slide number 2 and you want to go ahead and try slide number 3, you are free to do so. You've got it in there correctly. You just don't need. Let me just get rid of these. Okay, so in your calculator, type in 1, then use the minus sign, and then use the negative sign 2. And tell me what you get. if I put a green smiley face on your slide, that means you're doing great. You can go ahead and work on the next one. One minus, so you're going to use the minus button. Then you're going to use the negative button for the -2. Good job, Gabriella. Yes, good. So that's going to go on the top. Okay, Anaya, can you rewrite your numbers? I need you to label X1 and Y1 like this, X1 and Y1. Now you label the next ones and then plug them in here into that box. So Christian, on number 3, you're going to be graphing it. Okay, good job on number 2. We're going to go over number 3 right now in the in class kick. So number 3 and 4. So what we're going to do is they will give you a line, okay, the graph of a line, and they're going to say, this is your equation. Now we want you to graph it. So let's go back to our slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals m times x plus b, where m is going to be our slope and b is our y-intercept. In order to graph something, the first thing we're going to do is graph the y-intercept first. Okay, so if we're going to graph, step 1 is to graph the y-intercept. Then we're going to use our slope to graph another point. So let me show you what that looks like. For this problem, we have y equals -1/2 x plus 4. All right, so let's go ahead and figure out what is our slope. Slope is the number in front of x. So it's going to be -1. Oh, that was 1/2. Sorry, -1/2. And our y-intercept is 4. So what I'm going to do, first step is to graph the y-intercept. I'm going to come up to +4 on the y-axis. This is our y-axis. It goes up and down. And I put a point. Now I'm going to use my slope. So I'm going to go down 1. Okay, because this was a -1 on the top. So down 1 and then to the right 2 times. And I put another point. And then I'm going to draw my line. And that's it. Another example. This is graph the equation y equals 2x minus 3. So my slope is 2. When we have just a whole number as a slope, we're going to put it over the number 1. Okay? And then our y-intercept is going to be -3. So I would come down here to -3 and put a point. And now I use my slope. So the top number is positive. That means I'm going to go up 2 to the right 1. All right, so what I need you to do now is in class kick, you're going to do slides 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to come through. So, Anaya, if you look at your slide 2 and you look at what you've got written over here, you should be plugging in y2 on the top. So your y values are going to go on the top. Oh, I think you have that. You just have them labeled incorrectly. Okay, you can do it that way. So now what you need to do is go ahead and simplify. So you need to do -2 minus 1 and tell me what that equals, and then -2 minus 4. Okay, so Annalise, tell me what your y-intercept is. So over here, slope is, and then tell me what your y-intercept is. Good, Aubrey. Good job. You can go ahead and go to slide 4. So Annalise, your slope is the number in front of x. In your y-intercept, you have it. It's just going to be negative. So go ahead and put a point at your y-intercept. Oh, I think I see it right here. Yep. Okay, good. All right, now I need you to use your slope. So you counted, but I think you miscounted. You went up 6 instead of up 5. So count again and then draw a line through those 2 points. Okay, Christian. Your y-intercept is correct. Now use your slope. So your slope is 5/3. So you're going to, from that point right here at -1, you're going to go up 5 and to the right 3. Okay, so try that one again. Good, Gabriella. Good job. Okay, Anaya, let's see. Okay, good. Good. Now simplify it one more time. Okay, Annalise. So remember I was saying you counted up 6, but we want to only go up 5 because our slope is 5/3. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over 3. So go ahead and try slide number 4. Good, Aubrey. Good job. You can try slide 5 and 6. Okay, Christian, yes, for your counting, but your line needs to go through the 2 points that you graphed. Yeah, there you go. Okay, good, Erica. Good job on number 3. Let's look at number 4. So, Erica, number 4, your slope is negative. You have a positive 2/1. So just check your slope again. Go back to number 4. Good, Gabriella. Good job. All right, Isaiah. Isaiah, can you tell me what is your slope? Go ahead and write it in. And then what is your y-intercept? Good job, Kayla. Good. Good. Good job on number 6, Kayla. Very good. And then you've almost got number 7 right. This should just be a plus because this is a positive y-intercept. Yep. Okay. Kayla, good job. You are good to go. All right. RJ, let's look. Perfect. Good job. You can try number 4. Good, Erica. Hey, Erica, don't forget to fix number 4, okay? Aubrey, let's see. Good. Okay, so Anaya, you should have put in your calculator now for this one. -3 divided by -6. So we're gonna divide the top and bottom by -3. Okay, so that would give you this 1/2. All right, go ahead and try number 3. Okay, so Annalise, yes, this is the correct y-intercept on page 4. Your y-intercept looks good. Now, your slope is -3/1. So I'm going to start at my y-intercept, and I'm going to go down 3 because it was -3, and then write 1. Okay, so your line should be going the other way. Okay, let me check it real quick. For the rest of y'all, whoopsies, I'm on the wrong thing. If you want to keep working, I'm going to keep going through and checking yours. I have to jump in a meeting, so if you have questions, feel free to ask, and I will answer them back as soon as I can. Good job, Lanaya. But now that this makes more sense, if you have not done 3.03 homework or 3.04, please go log in and do that. Actually, real quick, Lanaya, here, you've got it a little backwards. So you just would want to switch these two. Your slope is the number in front of x, and then the other number is your y-intercept. So for number 1, you're going to fill in what you have been given into the slope-intercept equation. Okay? Good job. Good job, Gabriella. That one looks perfect. Just slide 6. Good, Aubrey.